This is the Sunday edition of the 217 Recovery Podcast. Tonight's episode was carefully selected by Marnie.
Could be little, could be big. But going back out is not the answer.
Sit back, relax, or do whatever it is you do, and enjoy Marnie's Sunday night replay.
Is that where the little emojis that are laughing get put up?
Oh, you got jokes now?
I'm just saying.
This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
Yeah, it's me. I was calling to see what you hung up on me for, bro. Give me a call back. Bye.
I'm not laughing because it's funny. It's the 7th of November, 2020. This is the 217 Recovery Podcast. My name is Corey Winfield. Marnie Liston joining me as the co-host of the podcast. We are in the 217 Recovery Studio out of Traverse City, Michigan.
Yes, we are. Hello, everyone.
Hey. So, we were discussing a little bit at dinner the plans that we were having for the holidays, and you know, we did a podcast, or I did, a few days ago about holidays and being around family members or situations that used to be around when you were using. And it can be very tense. It can be worrisome. Knowing, like, say, if you're going back to, you know, a family get-together and you know that Cousin Earl's going to be there and he's going to offer you some shots or whatever, and you're going to have to face that. Now, that's awesome that you're preparing for that. I think that's brilliant. But have a backup plan for when you get caught off guard. Mm-hmm. That would be my advice to somebody who's going, you know, for the holidays around people or around situations that are very early in recovery. Have like a generic backup plan. No, I'm allergic. You know, like, because those are the moments that'll trip you up, and you'll be like, "Oh my God!" Like, I didn't prepare for that one, and they will happen. Mm-hmm. So just know that they're going to happen as well, and be prepared for it. It's very awkward when it does happen, and you do get caught off guard, and you're like,
Yeah, and you can't help that. I mean, I found sometimes it's only uncomfortable as you make it. If that makes any sense, is to kind of consciously approach it with, you know, confidence and pride, because that's what you should be. You know, at the end of the day, you should be proud of yourself for what you're doing. And there's nothing wrong with being sober. Right. And, you know, it's shame on the people who look at that differently. Whatever, it is what it is. But I found if you choose to go into a situation, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's strangers, it doesn't really matter. Just, you know, right off the bat, be like, no, I'm good. No, I don't drink. Or no, thanks, not tonight. You know, however you want to do it, whatever you're most comfortable with. But nip it in the butt, you know, and the beating around the bush thing, it never worked for me. I don't know. I always ended up, you know, let's just say it never worked out for me. So just making a conscious decision and putting it forward and putting it right out there has been the most beneficial way for me to handle things.
So you pretty much just said, don't beat around the bush and just put it out there.
Sexual relations.
But you weren't talking about.
Yeah, I was talking about how you handle your situation with living in recovery.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's bigger. It's bigger than the one holiday experience. It's bigger than the one get together. You know, it's your lifestyle now, and I have to treat it that way, with that kind of respect and with that kind of pride, I guess, really. So that's how personally, you know, how I view it, but yeah. And family members, I mean, 9 times out of 10, they already know what's going on with you, and 9 times out of 10, you probably have an idea of how that will shake out when you go and what you should be prepared for. You know, for the most part, we're all adults, and so we need to try to act that way. And
Question for you. So we were watching 60 Days In. The new season is on Netflix. And I've watched the first 2, I think, seasons. And I was like, hey, watch this, babe. We start watching it. And there's that blonde chick who's like, oh, well, I'm a real estate agent. And, you know, I don't talk to my family. I had a cousin or family member who chose addiction. And I chose to cut them out of my life, and I haven't talked to him in 10 years. And I'm like, and we both were like, ugh.
Yeah, I wanted to punch that chick in the face.
Yeah, I was like, I hope there's a plunger or broomstick or something somewhere on the show, but for places that should never go. And I might have said that woman maybe could get that treatment, but I don't
those
have to
people,
live that way
yeah,
anymore.
that's true. Those people do exist. Are you saying
Right.
like, what if cousin?
Yeah, because those
what's
people,
her face
yeah, they're
is
out
like
there
that?
and they're like, oh, you know, oh, here's Marnie and Corey, ugh, bunch of alcoholics, ugh, you know, like I don't even talk to them no more.
Yeah.
Or if they were like that in the past, like I personally don't have anybody like that I know of in my family. I mean, I'm a pretty cool dude. I mean, everybody kind of wants to hang out with me anyway. But if somebody like that is in your family and they treated you like that,
They got their own issues.
you know, and then now they're coming up and, you know, it
I mean,
could be
what?
awkward
What
too.
are they
Like,
going to
oh,
say?
like,
What are they going to say? I would
so
really
you finally
like to know.
chose to stop doing that stuff, huh? You finally chose to stop living that way,
I
huh?
sure did. That's, I mean, yeah. Shame
God,
on
you
those
were
people.
such a mess.
Yeah.
Oh, like that one Christmas you came here, and it was just like, oh, you were like, it was just, you look sick. And I was like, I didn't even want to talk to you. I always made sure my purse was in the car when the car was locked.
So you're putting me in a really hard spot right now. First off, I was coming into this podcast. I was feeling good about my answers.
I don't
now
know
you're
who you're
tripping me
talking
up.
to. What podcast? We're just having a little conversation over these little plates that we're getting of hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah, I don't know how I would handle that individual in particular if that were to happen to me. But I mean, in general, those people that I have come across those people, just not as being like a family member in a time where it's supposed to be, you know, it's just like, I have nothing to say to you. I honestly, that's what how I've had to handle situations such as those.
I would be cautious of, like, if that were to happen to me, I would be cautious of resentments.
Yeah.
You know, like, because F you, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I want to say. Really? Like, when I needed help, when I needed a friend, and you're a family member, and you just turn your back on me, and now you want to come up and talk to me like you know
Oh,
something?
no, that has happened to me.
You know? So, like...
Not that intense, not to that intensity level, but that has happened to me.
But you just have to watch your own resentments, you know, because there'll be those people. And you can't blame people for not... I mean, maybe sometimes it's good that they don't know. You know, it's like, it's a blessing that you don't know what it's like to be, you know, a slave to addiction. You know, you're lucky you.
But they sure have a lot to say about it.
And yeah, and at the end of the day, you can't
Because they
control what
don't
they say about it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you can control what they say about you just by being a better person and just by what you're doing right now in recovery. You know, that's all we can do.
Yeah.
You know, if we want to change how people talk about us or think about us, well, that's where you start, you know, like, I can go up and tell somebody off and tell them that they're stupid. And trust me, it gets hard when I'm talking to people and, you know, like if we're doing, you know, filling out stuff for grants and I've talked about this on here before, but, you know, they're like, what's recovery? Like they don't understand. And if I'm talking about, hey, we want to do a recovery, sober living home in your city. And they're like, well, I don't think they're ready for that. I don't think this community would like that, you know? And I'm like, you don't think your community would like sober people living in it? Like, you got 20 liquor shops there or something? Like, what's your number one export out of your little city? You know, like, what are you guys known for? But it's not their fault. It's just, you know, they see on TV, they hear on the news, oh, those bad heroin people, those meth heads, those drunks, those coke heads, smoking their pots all the time, just running around high as balls. I don't know if they would talk that way, but they're pretty cool if they did.
I don't know. It's funny, though.
Thanks. But, you know, it is what it is, and it gets frustrating, but it's not their fault. You know, it's just, like I said, that's how people are raised sometimes, and that's how they grow up. But when I do notice those people, I am quick to educate them, and I try to do it in a positive, constructive way rather than, idiot, no. And I'm really bad at that because I'll start throwing out like little stabs in the side a little bit, you know, like, and it's like sarcasm almost, but sarcastic.
Yeah.
You know, like the lady when I would say, "Oh, you don't
do
want
that?"
sober." Yeah, you don't want sober people living in your city. Like you don't want people spending money on things instead of booze and drugs. Like, oh, okay. Like we should send we should send just a dope house there, you know. And of course they're already there, but I don't know. Just take it easy, man.
Yeah, you just kind of have to breathe and let things like people like that just not get to you, and just stay focused on yourself and what it is that you're trying to do. And you can't spend your life worrying about what other people think. It's exhausting and it doesn't really get you anywhere. So the people that are important to you and the people that care about you that are in your life, if you're doing the right thing and you're working towards, your program of recovery, then you're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing. And people will recognize that and appreciate it. The people that care.
Mm-hmm. Word. If they don't, just like, man, just walk away, get you some pie.
Right?
I ain't gonna talk to you. But no, just, watch the resentments and just have plan B. You stumble up on a room or I don't know, like, you never know, like, but those ones that come at you that you didn't see coming will just blow your mind and it'll leave you so vulnerable and just like, but just take a breath, man.
What if you're like, I don't talk to people that don't talk to people when they're not in recovery?
Then that's fine. Then don't talk to them.
That's what I mean. No, I'm saying getting back at your cousin.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm so glad you're doing well. Sorry I didn't talk to you for 15 years.
Right.
You're like, I don't talk to you. I got a thing about people that don't talk to people when they're struggling.
Yeah. You could do that, but I said, is that going to get you where you need to go? Is that going to be the outcome you want?
That was not advice. That was just talking out loud.
So, you know how the election, I don't know if you knew about that.
I do know about that.
Did you know, well, okay, and we'll get into this, then we'll get into the actual stuff that I want to talk about. So, on the day of the presidential election, it was the 30th anniversary of the first rap song to hit number 1 on the Billboard charts.
Are you asking me to guess what rap song?
That's my next question.
Was it like Hammer Time?
No, I've originally thought that would be one of them that would be up there that hit number 1, but that never hit number 1.
Never hit number 1. Is it like Belle Biv DeVoe or something?
No.
Fresh Prince?
No, close, sort of.
I'm thinking early rappers. Like I don't know. Sure, it's not MC Hammer because that was pretty like rap the first
to hit number 1. I am Dick Casey or Casey Kasem.
Yeah.
I was thinking Rick Dees. Well, I wasn't. I was thinking Dick Casey, apparently. That'd be a cool porn name. Not that I'm into porn or anything, but I'm just saying, like... All right, so I'm going to pull... Oh, no, now you're Googling it. I'm not. That is unfair. I was going to play the song for you. So those are your guesses, then. And it's sort of close, but kind of not.
On Digital Underground?
You hear it?
Vanilla Ice?
Yep.
That was not the first number.
Yo.
Really?
VIP. Let's kick it. Yep, that was the first number 1. That was the first rap song to go number 1.
I didn't know that, but that's the era, I guess.
Yeah, you want to keep playing? There's another one we can do too. The first rap song by a group.
Was it Whoop?
To go number 1. Did you say Wu-Tang Clan?
No, I said Digital Underground.
My name is Humpty.
Yeah.
Pronounced with the umpty.
Is that up there?
No.
Are you sure?
Positive.
No,
No, nothing?
Ice Cube. I don't know.
By a group.
Oh, a group.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. No, I don't know.
Sweet.
Yeah, is that rap?
Feel it, feel it. Does he ever sing in this song? Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Ah.
Good vibrations.
Does that really count? Because it's Marky Mark.
Yeah, and yep. I remember I didn't like him.
I don't think anybody really liked that song.
So he's anti-drugs. That's pretty cool. I didn't know Marky Mark was spitting that message back then. That's pretty cool. Now I like it even more. Now I'm going to play that song all the time in my car.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just kind of weird. That Vanilla Ice was the first rap song ever to go number one.
That is.
Because first I was thinking, oh yeah, that's probably what it is, and then I was like, no. And then the first rapper to have 2 songs in the top 5.
Tupac.
No.
Snoop Dogg.
No. I think it was like 92.
Ice Cube.
92. No. And they were like back to back too, like months apart. Like he had one hit number 2 and one hit number 3.
I'm stuck. I don't know. I came up with some good ideas though.
You did. I'm surprised that you didn't say LL Cool J.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But no, it's not LL either. And it's kind of funny how, Marky Mark went to acting, and so did this next guy. Oh, we're going to have a car dealership first.
Advertisement.
As we pause for this.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember the name?
No.
Wild Thing. Tone Loc.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Funky Cold Medina. Which I heard if you put these songs over each other, it's the same damn song.
Could be.
If you do Wild Thing and Funky Cold Medina, which maybe I'll do. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. A little treat.
That'll be fun.
Listen to those 2 songs over. I'll put them in Adobe and I'll overlap
DJ
them.
Corey coming at you.
Yeah, flipping hot stacks of rap. Wow. Stay right there. I'll be right back in the air too, baby. That's how I used to talk on the radio.
No, you didn't.
I didn't. Well, but I should have won for like one show, just been like, bleh. In radio, we call that a puker. I remember one guy when I first started at WIRX, I was like 7, I was 18 at this point, but Phil Becker, who is now kind of a big deal in radio somewhere, he would let me come in and just kind of kick it with him, and he would teach me how to do things and say things, and I would go in the production room and just kind of like work at it and bring back my tape, and he'd be like, this sucks, and throw it back. I'm like, okay, I'll try harder. So anyway, this one dude came in there, and his name was Scott Miko, and I don't know if that was his real name. I'm not sure, but just this little dude, and he's just kind of all over the place with himself, and he'd be like, yeah, it's Scott Miko, hey, and people call him, tell me he sucked all the time, and I was like, oh, poor guy. And one day I'm in there with Phil, and I guess Scott had got let go because this wasn't very good. And I was in there with Phil, and Phil answers the hotline or whatever. He's like, well, hello. He's like, hey, guess what? It feels like when he was like, I got canned. And the way he would like talk, it was really funny. But he was one of the guys that was like, yeah, I'm in the air chair. And it's like, oh my God. And I remember Phil telling me, he's like, don't ever say air chair. Don't ever say you're flipping hot stacks of wax. Don't ever use that kind of stuff. He was like, it's not the kind of radio that we're trying to do in 1996. I was like, okay. But yeah, it was so funny. I got canned. Oh, Phil just like, I had to put him on mute because he was laughing so hard. It was just one of those moments you guess you had to be there for. But this guy, I don't know what happened to him, so I hope he's doing well. But no, the election, though, back to that, which brought us to the rap talk. Obviously, those two are tightly connected elections and rap talk. But
Right.
but no, we warn people, hey, like don't get all crazy. Whatever happens, don't get all crazy. And Trump needs to file some lawsuits, or if he's got some evidence, let's bring in, let's see, let's do this stuff for real, and let's figure it out. Let's count every vote for real. If there's voter fraud, well, we'll figure it out. Let's do that way. And but it looks like Biden had pulled it out, and like apparently my family member, or at least one of them, doesn't listen to the podcast, which maybe he should. Might help him out. But just taking it all, like getting butthurt and just I would say destroying relationships within the family, but it's making himself look stupid and petty, and it's just like one of those things where it's just like, is it worth it, man? Like, really?
Right.
Like, is Trump's going to come help you out if your car dies? They're going to watch your kids. Trump's coming over to watch your kid? No. Like, family is family. And to let something like that get in the way of family, and for you to like lash out and start calling people names, and just,
Yeah.
it's not cool, man.
Just let it go.
And that's exactly what I was talking about. It's just like those situations that you have no control over. You let them get under your skin, and it doesn't necessarily have to be happening to someone who has an addiction or is in recovery. I mean, somebody could just have a normal ass life and just not react to situations very well. And I think that's something that makes people who are in recovery, who have gotten some sobriety under their belt and who have went to treatment 15 times and has learned a lot about themselves and what they can control, that makes us better people.
Yeah.
I'll just say it. And I'm not ashamed of being in recovery and the things that I've learned about myself. And I'm glad, because I used to be very closed-minded. And, I would say these kind of type of things to my sister. And it's not fair to her, that I was so closed-minded. And, I took a stance that I was better than other people. And deep down, though, I knew that if I was like just hey, you're fired away from being homeless, I knew that, and I never really, I would say, judged homeless people. But I mean, maybe, I'm sure I did at one point, but like now I have a whole different outlook and take on it, of kind of being homeless myself, and then meeting people who are homeless, and everybody has a different story. Not everybody is lazy, and it's bad break sometimes, and it's gambling addictions sometimes. I mean, there's all kinds of things that land people in bad situations where they find themselves where they never thought they would be. It's life. If you have a great, perfect life, that's awesome, man. I'm proud of you. Maybe you have $1 million you would like to donate to 217 Recovery, and I'll give you an autographed picture of my cat and a sweatshirt. Just saying. But if not, don't be so quick to judge sometimes, because you never know when you're going to end up in that situation. And I'm just glad that I'm not so closed-minded today. And you might think otherwise, babe. Like, you might think that, oh no, you're still closed-minded. You've probably made some progress, but we got a long ways to go.
We're all a work in progress.
Yeah, for sure. And just don't hurt people when you don't need to.
Right.
Like, I'm trying to think of something that got me so upset that I had no control over, and I don't know. Jim Harbaugh being a horrible coach, like, what I do? I don't watch Michigan football. I don't. Somebody was watching the game the other day, and they're like, oh, no, I don't want to watch it. Why? Well, because I don't like Jim Harbaugh, because he loses games. And he doesn't get upset, and I just rather not watch it. And then they lost to Michigan State, and I'm like, yeah, see? Like, I had zero feelings, zero emotions, zero anger, because I chose to not watch that game.
Right. That's smart.
Thank you. But don't you love Michigan football? Sure. Not right now, though. And you know what? God willing, I'll live a few more years and we'll see a new coach in there, and maybe that'll be more exciting. I'll think about watching it then. But right now, no, I'm just not going to watch it.
There you go.
Now, if I wanted to be pissed off yelling at the TV, I'll watch it. You know, but like I said, I choose not to do that. And what situations I put myself in, and you might think, Corey, but it's just a football game. But yeah, but I have strong opinions. I'm closed-minded when it comes to Jim Harbaugh. He needs to be fired. He should donate $1 million to 217 Recovery. I'll send him an autograph picture of my cat. My cat autograph stuff. It's pretty cool. Dip her paw in some ink or something.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Do you have anything tonight you would like to speak about? And that's why I told you earlier, I was like, you should host the podcast, because I feel like all I do is talk.
That's okay. No, well, we are in stage 1 of putting up our Christmas tree.
Yeah, we did get a Christmas tree. See, here I go again talking.
Yeah, that's okay. It's pretty exciting. I had mentioned we picked it out the other day. We're going to artificial tree. It's easier, and you know, if the cat messes with it, hopefully she'll just chew on it and not actually eat it.
Yeah.
We'll fill you in on how that goes.
There's
but
a whole backstory behind that. My cat likes to eat trees.
Yeah.
Plastic.
So anyway, in our very humble abode, there are several places that we could actually set this Christmas tree up. So right now we're in stage 1 of figuring out exactly where it will fit best into the house for the season. So that's exciting. And we got ornaments and lights, and you're still on the tree topper mission.
No, I passed that to you.
How did you pass that to me?
Because it's just too many of them.
Okay.
And I don't know, like, I just want a stupid little light. And I don't like the battery lights, because that stupid little tree we got out there, like the battery, like you have to change 4 batteries. It needs new batteries every day.
Yeah.
And I don't have money like that. So I don't trust anything battery operated that goes on a tree. I want to plug into a wall. And then they're all like got stuff that shoots up to the ceiling. I don't know if I like that.
Okay. So that is now my job.
I wish my nephews would just just color me one. Paper
Ask them
one.
to.
We'll just tape it up there.
Ask them to. I bet you they would. I guarantee
Maybe we'll do that
they
for
would.
Thanksgiving. They can make one for us, and
There you go.
we'll just, yeah.
That'd be cool.
No, well, why don't you explain, because, I mean, we pretty much know where the tree's going. We know we got to move some furniture around, but, so why don't you explain, like, where the tree's at now, and, like, what's going on
Where
with
the
it?
status is now. The box is open,
Okay.
and it comes in 4 pieces. One is the stand, and then, you know, so it's like the base, and then there's 3 separate pieces. There's the topper, and then section 2, section 1, and then the stand. So then they kind of just like have the limbs like are on these. Well, the limbs are bent, like they bend, but
So the
you
tree,
kind of
though,
unfold them.
where's the stand section?
Where is it? Oh, where are we putting it up?
Or, like,
actually?
where's that right now? Like, where's that in stage 1?
That's in the corner of the apartment.
Okay, so you got the stand out, the bottom part, the base of the tree is out.
And section 1 is in the stand.
Okay, and
Yep.
then
So now we just are waiting on figuring out if we're gonna put the lights on it first.
I'm trying to, like, build an image here for people to understand. Like, so in our living room, against the wall, there's just the tree stand, the base, pretty much the bottom half of the tree, the bottom quarter of the tree. It just looks really weird.
Yeah.
And the rest of the tree is just like kind of in places, or that box or something.
Yeah. Then
on
the
the floor.
topper is at the top of the stairwell.
So couldn't we at least just put the other parts on the tree real quick?
We could do
Because you're
that.
like, I'm not doing any more of this today. I'm like, this looks.
I said, yeah. I
bad.
said progress. But
Yeah,
no, we can do it after this.
I'm just saying.
Let's get it up.
Just saying.
Yeah.
But no, we'll have it up tomorrow, though. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Church, though.
Yeah. Church in the morning.
That's gonna be awesome.
I know. I'm excited about it.
Can't wait. Well, we better hit the hay. Mm-hmm. Gonna get up early. And then you can review John Wick tomorrow.
Yes, I very much enjoyed.
Or you can do it now, I guess.
John Wick. No, because I want to finish number 2.
You gotta do what?
Finish number 2.
Oh, John Wick 2.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna finish that tonight? Mm-hmm. Yeah. What about 3? Save that for next week.
Yeah, I haven't even scratched the surface on 3, so we don't even know.
All right. It's the first time Marty's ever watched John Wick, any of them. And last night she did watch John Wick and then part of John Wick 2. Mm-hmm. So complete reviews of John Wick tomorrow. I'm so excited.
And I will tell you that I absolutely, before that movie, hated Keanu Reeves.
Ooh.
In every movie he's ever been in, I never liked him. I thought his voice was annoying and his acting is terrible. And I have some more to say on that,
right,
but we'll wait.
Do that tomorrow.
Okay.
The review of John Wick. All right, thanks for listening. Get the app, 217 Recovery. It's in the Google Store, Play Store. It's in the App Store. Hit up our website. If you go to Amazon, shop on Amazon a lot, you could help us out by helping people in treatment out. And there's a list of items if you're looking, to donate some stuff. We have items that they need, like socks and watches, like, not expensive watches, but just, watch something for people in treatment to tell time. And yeah, you can hit that up. Also, if you want to go to, and we'd really appreciate it if you did, go to Amazon.com, or actually go to smile.amazon.com, and you can log in with your account. It's very simple. It'll take you 2 minutes. And then you just search for 217 Recovery, and that'll be your charity. And you can close that. You have to do that on a computer or on your phone, whatever. But then you go to the app, and then it should have us in there as who you're raising money for. So for the money you spend, Amazon will donate. So
yes,
if you could just do that little thing for us, take 2 minutes, we really appreciate it. And people in treatment centers will appreciate it too. Sometimes they come in there, which I have a brilliant idea, by the way, which we'll get to that brilliant idea tomorrow.
Okay.
After the John Wick review. Mm-hmm. But seriously, I have an idea that's going to be awesome.
Great.
But all right, thanks again, though. And if you need any more info about the Amazon stuff, 217recovery.com, and get the app, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for listening to the 217 Recovery Podcast. For more episodes plus bonus features, download the 217 Recovery app.